Okay, are you ready to explore the Bible again with my mind today? Today is a really exciting story. I know I say that almost every day, but today really is. It's one that you will remember, and we celebrate it every single year. So turn in your Bibles to Luke chapter 2. Luke chapter 2. Now, when you are having Christmas with my and Papa, our whole family sits down before we open presents and we say this whole section together. We don't even have to open our Bibles because we have it memorized. This might be a good part of the Bible for you to actually think about. Let's memorize this because this is the whole story of Christmas. Now, I know it's August and Christmas is a long way off, but we can celebrate Christmas every day because it's talking about when Jesus came to earth. So let's do a little bit of studying and exploring in our Bible today. Luke chapter 2, verse 1, and it says, "And it came to pass in those days that there went out a decree from Caesar Augustus," he was the king then, "and that all the world should be taxed. And this taxing was first made when Cyrenius was governor of Syria, and all went to be taxed, every one into his own city." So, where did Mary and Joseph have to go? Joseph also went up from Galilee, and it might be good if you pulled out a map and looked to find out where Galilee is, and then look for a little town right to the west of the Sea of Galilee called Nazareth, into Judea, unto the city of David, which is called Bethlehem. So, if you look at the map, Galilee is up here. There's the Sea of Galilee, there's the River Jordan, and it takes you all the way down to, what's the big sea at the bottom? It's gone. Jimmy?
The Dead Sea?
Is it the Dead Sea? Okay, all right.
At the bottom?
Yes, at the bottom, there's the Dead Sea. So there's the Sea of Galilee, River Jordan, and the Dead Sea. They were up right at the middle of Galilee, out to the west, and they had to take a trip all the way down the river and over a little bit, even farther west, just south of Jerusalem to a town called Bethlehem. It's the city of David. And as the crow flies, it's not all that far. If you were to go straight there, it's not all that far. But they couldn't go straight there because there was an area called Samaria. And the Jewish people and the Samaritans did not get along. And so they always had to bypass that area. And also there were mountains between there. So they had to walk, that's the other part. They had to walk and ride a donkey all the way. Now it's about 70 miles as the crow flies, but they had to go even farther, and they had to take this walk all the way down, and it took them a long time to get there. Nowadays, people do it in about 4 days, but Mary was great with child. I mean, she was just huge, and when you're pregnant, when you have a baby, you get really tired. Even if you're riding on a donkey, think about that, bouncing on that donkey the whole way. But they went all the way to the city of Bethlehem because Joseph was of the house and lineage of David, to be taxed with Mary, his espoused wife, being great with child. And so it was that while they were there, the days were accomplished that she should be delivered. She was going to have that baby. And she brought forth her firstborn son, and she wrapped him in swaddling clothes and laid him in a manger because there was no room for him in the inn. Now, swaddling clothes, do you know what those are? You know, when you were babies, we bought special clothes for you. Each one of you got special clothes when you were first born. And we wrapped you in the softest of blankies, or blanklets, as Mel likes to say. But Jesus didn't have that. He was wrapped in clothes that they would wrap around dead people, in just strips of material. That's how they swaddled him. That means to hold him really good and close and tight. But they swaddled him in burial clothes. That's a picture that he was one day going to die for you and for me. And they laid him in a manger. And a manger was the trough that the animals ate out of. They laid him in the manger because there was no room for him in the inn. It's so sad to think about how the King of Kings, our God, came to earth, and he was born and he stayed in the lowest of places, in a manger, in a stable where they kept animals, and he did it for you and he did it for me. Think about that today. Love you. Bye-bye.